So the next couple of equations we're going to look at will involve some distributive property. So when we take a look at step 1, here is why I have step 1 there. When we look at this equation, we've got some simplifying to do. So I'm going to start by distributing, and I'm going to notice that I will be distributing a -3, not a +3. That 3 is negative. So the left-hand side of my equation is already simplified. I am not distributing the 8x because the 8x is not multiplying by the parentheses. My -3 is. So my 8x stays the same. Distributing my -3, I get -3x. -3 times -4 is +12. I am still on step 1 because on the right-hand side of my equation, I have like terms. So I'm going to combine my 8x and my 3x. And because they are on the same side of the equal sign, I'm just simplifying. I'm not canceling anything at this point. I'm simplifying. So I'm doing what the problem tells me to do. It tells me 8x minus 3x, which gives me 5x. All right, now I'm on step 2 because each side is simplified. So I'm going to get my variables together. I'm going to cancel the variable with the smaller coefficient. My first coefficient is 3. My second coefficient is 5. So I'm going to cancel my positive 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. Canceling on the left-hand side, I'm left with 14. 5x minus 3x is 2x, and then I bring down my plus 12. All right, now I'm on step 3, so in order to use order of operations backwards, I need to know forwards order of operations. If I knew what the x was, I would first multiply it by 2, and then add 12. So I'm going to cancel in the opposite order, subtracting 12 from both sides. On the side with the variable, the reason I subtracted 12 was to cancel my plus 12. On the left-hand side, 14 minus 12 gives me 2. Going back over to my list in the left-hand column here, I'm going to continue working backwards. To cancel multiplication of 2, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. On the side with the variable, my 2's cancel. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. All right, we'll look at one more of these before the U-try problems. So starting with step 1, simplify each side of the equation. This time we have distributive property on both sides of the equal signs. On the left-hand side, I am distributing a negative. Negative times 5a is negative 5a. Negative times 6 is negative 6. On the right-hand side, I'm going to distribute my 2. 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times 8 is 16. All right, now both sides are simplified. I don't have any like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to move on to step 2. I want to get my variables together. My first coefficient is negative 5. My second coefficient is 6. So I'm going to move the smaller coefficient, the negative 5. I'm going to cancel it by adding 5a to both sides. And again, the reason I'm adding the 5a is to cancel my negative 5a, not losing my negative sign. 6a plus 5a is 11a. Bring down my plus 16. So now I'm going to take a look at order of operations. I'm on step 3. If I knew what a was and I substituted a value in, I would first multiply by 11 and then add 16. Working backwards to cancel, I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides. Why did I subtract 16? To cancel my positive 16, bringing down my 11a. Negative 6 plus negative 16, don't forget our subtracting rule, add the opposite, gives me a negative 22. Going back to my chart in the left-hand column, undoing my multiplication of 11, I'm going to divide both sides by 11. Why am I dividing by 11? To cancel the 11, I'm multiplying by the a. Negative 22 divided by 11 is negative 2. And your U-try problems.